Hi guys, welcome to the Calling It Out show. I'm Ben Macha.
And I'm Sean Francis, and today we're going to be calling out freedom of speech.
Let's get real, it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Straight up. I think freedom of speech in Singapore basically is like having an accountant that does your accounting like 11 months of a year. Basically, if you don't do it consistently, you're fucked.
I'm not so sure about that example, but I think I can understand you on that level. In that I think there's quite a bit of time where we get to freely air our opinions, but there's always that one fucking time where it's gonna, the government's gonna come down and pretty much shut down what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and basically like whatever oppositions you get about it saying like, oh no, that doesn't happen very often. Just look at the two cases going on concurrently right now, which is Amos Yee and Roy Ng. They are both bloggers, they are both getting sued or facing persecution in one way or another. Yeah, it doesn't really reflect well on freedom of speech in Singapore. And the problem is I feel that Singaporeans don't understand the issue. Many of them think, oh yeah, he should be in jail, he should rot and everything. But freedom of speech essentially means that whatever he said may be rude, may be screwed up and everything, but he should not face criminal persecution.
Yeah, I think whatever Amos said is already he's already taking responsibility for it. You know what I mean?
I think like the discourse is supposed to be from a public standpoint where publicly, okay, people hate him, there's lynch mobs and everything.
Yeah.
But it should have never gone to a criminal justice situation. And
I really agree with that. I mean, you can take his views and respond to them however you like.
Basically, like when I saw his video, yeah, it may be rude, may be annoying, let's face it, Amos looks like the kind of kid you would pick on in school and stuff like that. Which is why it's a very, very easy person to target and stuff. The government should have more maturity and not come down full force on it.
Yeah, and I think that's the big misrepresentation of freedom of speech that we have in this country, which is, we have this idea, or a lot of Singaporeans have this idea that we have to clamp down on these people, because if not, he's going to start a race war, he's going to start this huge movement of disunity in the country, when really I think it works the opposite direction, you know what I mean? Freedom of speech is a very self-policing thing.
Yeah.
If you say something stupid, people are going to call you a fucking idiot. That's how freedom of speech works. Yeah, so what's going on with the case with him right now? I mean, the last I heard, he got sent to IMH or something?
Yeah, that was after getting sent to RTC. Basically what happened before RTC was he was sent to remand.
Yeah.
And the thing about RTC is, I think that's the same place where we send teenage gangbangers in Singapore.
Gangbangers?
Yeah, like all the 14, 15-year-olds are in gangs, take drugs and everything like that.
Yeah.
So why are you putting Amos Yee in that same situation? And the thing that I find really, really funny, maybe I'm just stupid, I don't understand how the justice system over here works or doesn't, is that we had another teenage boy who's around Amos Yee's age, maybe slightly older, but definitely below 18, who beat up a foreign worker, right, just to test his
yeah, it's a group of them, and that came out.
I think it was one of them, I'm not too sure, but just to like test his martial arts skills. And like one of the judges or something like that said, we can't just throw RTC whenever we want, and we shouldn't be so heavy-handed. Let's just give him probation. And here we have Amos Yee getting 18 months on RTC. So
18 months? Are you serious?
It's 18 months.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of freaks me out about the Amos Yee case. He had this opinion. I don't think he wasn't defaming anyone. You know what I mean? He never. I think.
Oh no, they dropped the defamation suit because they realized that trying to argue a point that you can defame someone who's already dead is a little bit too hard. So instead he got charged with wounding the feelings of Christianity.
Yeah.
Race and religion has always been used as the boogeyman of society in Singapore will collapse if you say anything about race or religion. And yes, maybe that was true when we had TVs that only function in black and white and stuff like that. But with all the education and having a first world country and all this stuff going on, Singaporeans really won't go out and ragely, right? Even our recent riots and protests, right, were done by China bus drivers and Indian foreign workers.
Yeah, and it's funny because that really had very little to do with race or religion.
Precisely, and here's another point. We have more things, right, uniting us to go out and riot about, right? than just race and religion. You know, the high cost of living, you know, the high cost of like housing, not having a minimum wage. You know, there's so many other reasons for Singaporeans to gang up and riot, but they will never do that. And I think that it's great that we'll never like go around flipping cars and stuff like that. Like, you know, I mean, it's some missed out opportunities for me, but like I think it's great, you know. But we should learn how to like speak up and agree to disagree. I think that's the
I think that's one thing that Singaporeans really need to learn. Like if somebody says something that you don't agree with, you don't have to correct that person.
I think the lesson should have been taught like in kindergarten.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a basic. Like, how do you function in a society with differing points of view, differing cultures, differing religions, and you know you have to go out and make everyone agree with you.
It could be because of our rigid education system, because we are always taught it's right or wrong, true or false, A or B. You know, out of these 4 possible options, you can only choose one. We're not taught to think outside the box. You know, explore out of the syllabus, and you know that there are many different ways to solve a problem. What we're given in school.
Yeah, I very much largely agree with that. I think every Singaporean youth can kind of vouch for this, where you will really succeed in the system if you shut the fuck up, sit down and listen to what your teacher is saying. You know what I mean? Instead of going out to question. That's why I love lit classes so much, because that is a class where you are constantly asked to question why something is happening, what is the context in which this thing is happening.
Like in primary school, right, we had this one science question which was like they're showing like animals with sharp tooth and like flat tooth, and like which one do you think was a herbivore or a carnivore?
Okay, yeah, I remember.
So I said that the one with sharp teeth, right, was a herbivore, because then you can use the sharp teeth to strip the leaves off branches and plants. And the flat tooth was for carnivores because they use them to crush bones. My answer was substantiated, and I did like, you know, imagine me as a very, very angry, angsty primary 6 kid, right? Just getting like pissed off.
I have that image in my head.
Yeah, I'm like, this is why my answer is like this. Like, no, but the answer should say this. And I'm like, yeah, but my dad used to work in the zoo. Like,
yeah, I mean, we're definitely not advocating and saying that the education system is wrong. It's pretty much the approach that we deal with differing points of view. I mean, you're obviously wrong. You know what I mean? Coming from a scientific basis, the answer that you gave is wrong. But I think what the teacher could have done would be to explain to you why, not say that you're wrong because the answer sheet says so. You're wrong because of this scientific process, and you're wrong because of this biological process. You know what I mean? I think that's something that we really lack.
No, but seriously, like animals with like sharp.
Dude,
like, like legit.
So coming back to the discussion about Roy Nung, the man of the hour.
If you really think what he was saying about the CPF was wrong or whatever, you have proper channels to go about disputing it. You know, the government can't shoot down every blogger that has something to say about them.
I really have to agree with that. I mean, personally, I think the case has gotten to a level where it's an absolute fucking media circus. To the extent that I don't think anyone, you know, has this clear idea of what's going on anymore. Because it's such a flurry of just shit flying everywhere. But the thing I do know from the end of the day is that between the time that the case started till now, I've seen a whole number of people who are definitely more interested in how the CPF works. You know, I mean, I might be completely off here, but I really wouldn't mind having an idiot talk about issues, you know, I mean, that are controversial, that relate to public policy and all that, because whether he's right or whether he's wrong, it really doesn't matter to me. Because if he's right, you know, ultimately we're going to learn something new. But if he's wrong, then we have to take a step back and question, what about it is wrong? And then you see that makes us reaffirm why we believe the things we believe. It forces us to take a second look at ourselves.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed our video.
Do check us out on Patreon. We are going to put the link in the description. So if you like our videos and you want to see us continue it, do help us with a little bit of funding. That would be great.
We really do want to hear what you have to say. If there's anything you want us to talk about, please let us know in the comments below.
And yeah, we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Yeah, some more to come.